So good to have you guys. Today we're talking about something that I bet you have heard of, you have seen somewhere at some point. So it all starts from this guy who says, I am a graduate married to an illiterate wife and I want out as she's not at my level. Now, we see guys do this way more than women, where you level up and then now all of a sudden you turn to me and you remember you don't even like black people in general. So you don't even know how this happened. Your taste is now rangi ya thao, you know? Or all of a sudden now you want a chick with a big booty and now you notice me and my flatness, it is not doing it for you anymore. And it happens in so many ways. Oh, I'm not presentable. You know, you want someone who you can introduce to your fellow doctor friends now that you're a doctor. Why do you do that?
Do you feel like it happens to mostly to men or to women?
It mostly happens to women that men claim that they've now leveled up and they don't feel like.
So women feel like they need a man
life
to match up their life. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's men. We unasikia nini?
No, but you see, for men
are the ones who do that. We started from the bottom, and then you are this up and coming dancer. You're now a famous rapper or artist or whatever now I am not hot enough for you. I've seen it even happen with Kenyan rappers. Wengi ningeweza ningetaja majina hapa, you know, because I remember in 2010 Wengi, I swear to God, in 2010 I remember, or 2009 2010 when I started, there are people who I interviewed and then you introduced me as, you know, you introduced a girlfriend.
Yeah.
A few years later, let me tell you how
girlfriend anajiintroduce peke yake.
Imagine alafu wengi wao, yani, I see how it was a level up, but you know, and you do it a lot. You do it a lot, Ndenga, stop. You do it a lot. Your business thrives.
One thing, let me tell you, Amina, money and level, stature, class, it reveals who you are. Ndio wewe sasa. Lakini sasa unajua ni kama babi bila vifaa. Unajua yani it's like your homie, you know, but hauna bling. Hauna like back in the day Timberlands nini vitu kama hizo. Like you don't have things to match your class. So what happens is, of course for men it's different.
Yeah.
As you grow older, una update software. Like that's how it is. I'm sorry,
but it's not an age thing, though.
It's not an age thing.
It's a money thing. It's a financial thing. You step up your money game, and all of a sudden now you want different things. And I get it, but why do you also have to change me?
It's like boys and toys. Ukisonga the new space, unaona, hey, lakini huyu nikimkalisha kwa hii Range Rover optics zinatokea. Like
for me, I think contrary to this, I think for a man, it's a bit different. What they normally do ni ati for a chick, yes, I think for a chick anaweza sema, hey, this guy is not in my level, you know, hebu nitafute mtu mwenye tunaweza match up na yeye. But differently for a man, yeye atatafuta, he will go for looks, aesthetics, you know, how you not necessarily about brains.
That is true.
And that's why for men, wakipata pesa, they will not go for those chicks zenye wanajijua, wenye wamesoma, kwa sababu, you know, you want to level up with me, you know, unataka tukiwa kwa nyumba tunabishana.
No, ni dem tu sawa.
Nataka tu dem tu, wacha tubishane vitu zingine, lakini wako tu sawa, not you know, academically at, you know.
Okay,
I think for a chick,
so what you're saying is that is so true. So because I know this, that if I was with a guy and then, so we've been together 7-8 years, I have worked very hard to get to where I am, and then you seem as though you lack ambition or you're not as driven as I am, I can be completely turned off. So you're saying when women level up, them they're leveling up, yani ile CEO wa multinational gani.
That's
so for men it's mostly for looks. Oh, that's why mostly when guys cheat also, they will just cheat yani with some babe. It's not that it's someone who's going to change her life.
Achana maneno ya looks, udemu nipatia peace. Usimwone hivi, udemu anakuja na peace.
And that's why you will see.
Nilikuwa nataka tu peace of mind.
Most of the time, you'll find like let's say politicians. Let's say a chick mwenye labda yeye ndo governor nini, rarely will you hear about the husband. Unaona, either the husband atajificha na huko, or the husband akona pesa mingi enough kusema we kaa hapa. Unaona, I think there's a particular story that it's on you know, social media right now about a CS uyu CS sitaki kumtaja but you guys mtashikanisha.
Send me the name.
So this CS, immediately she was announced that she'll become a CS. They had issues with the husband, was former MCA mahali pale Narok. Immediately akatajwa CS,
akafanyia relationship CS,
akaifanyia CS. Hello MCA, bwana MCA. Diwani, hebu toka.
Point of order.
Can you
Stop
leave?
it.
So you see, for a man, for a man, that's unfortunate.
Oh, man.
That's where they get you find ourselves most of the time.
Actually,
I mean, it really does.
Amina is actually one unique case, because I tend to agree with what you're saying, because unapata dem naye aki-upgrade na itakuuma. You can't recover.
You can't.
Because I will upgrade in every single possible way. He will be taller. He will have you didn't have
everything that's your opposite.
Everything that's your opposite. You know,
I know a friend.
Cars
all
better,
of a sudden,
women
he likes
better,
dark
houses
men.
better.
I know a friend that you guys know, that aliachana na dem juu akona gari na mimi sina. Huyu in the next 1-2 years tutasumbuana. Juu already una feel like, uko na hizi vitu na nini, like niaje weka hapo. Hapana, I'm not ready for this, because as a man mimi ndo nafaa kuwa in that position, because I know yes tutapendana nini, but I know definitely there's something at some point.
But why would you be intimidated?
But let me ask you this: It
comes naturally.
Is it an ego thing, or is it because that woman? Because it's not all women. Is it because that woman will make you feel some type of way, or you can already foresee hapa itakuwa issue?
I think it's both ego and at some point you'll feel like, huyu sasa vile so unaniongelesha hivyo juu uko na gari, so unaniongelesha hivyo juu uko na pesa.
By the way, nimenotice hiyo kitu na macha ina maumanga. Yani everything you tie it back to the money thing. We're arguing about electricity, ulisema utalipa stima. So unaniongelesha hivyo kwa sababu umeenda uko. I'm like, where has that
mafuta? Unajua bei ya mafuta sahi unaniongelesha vibaya.
Okay, but I mean at some point, when you can't do for me what I can do for or I can do more for myself. Kidogo hapo kaheshima, mimi siwezi kukudanganya. Kaheshima kidogo tu, it chips away.
It is because
one of your responsibilities is to provide, right? And so if I've been providing for a while and I'm trying to be there for you, maybe you're looking for Drobo, I don't know, if we're being very honest as women, at some point it does get to you. It does get to you. You notice the difference.
And I believe what you've said is something that as men we need to take very seriously. Kuna a bunch of guys, and I think it's generational, whereby they believe kila kitu ni 50-50. You know that kabiashara for 50-50?
Yes.
Let me not lie to you. Once your woman starts feeling comfortable, she feels like, when I'm with this guy, I feel protected. I feel provided for.
Oh my God.
Shifting camp. Hapo unasikia the Bluetooth device has connected as successfully. Simply because kuna kitu udem ana look forward to. Like wacha nikwambie, no matter how good looking you are, provision, protection, ile tu dem yako anasema mtu wangu amekuja, hakuna kitu mtanifanyia.
Thank you.
And hata it's not even ati muscle thing, ati who you know or anything like that. Ile tu bebo wako, hata unaweza kuwa ndio mnyonge kwa hiyo room, lakini ukiingia hivi, so long as you provide for that woman, and I feel si anaweza ni protect. And it doesn't it's not ati history na do mob, but if she does that in your house, yeye ndio ana providingi, ati haizi kuuliza babe tunakula, ni yeye anafaa kudecide.
Because no matter how hardworking any woman is, at the end of the day, she also wants someone to take care of her, someone to bring out her feminine side. So a lot of women, they have their guard up, okay? They're in this masculine era because you haven't allowed me to be feminine. If you take care of me and you look after me and I don't need to worry about all these other things that, men keep doing out here, you will get the best version of your woman. I think even biblically, because Aseli likes, talking about God. They talk about how it has to start with the man. He has to love the wife first, and then the wife is going to respect the man. It starts with the man first, right? And when, for a lot of women, how they end up even being with other guys or being unfaithful is because sitaki kuona, lakini ndenga, the way he treats me, and then I compare it to I don't want to compare it to my guy, but it's so the way he's such a gentleman, the way he inquires about maybe your kids, or the way he's more invested in your career, in your growth, in your life. You just you know, you end up thinking Ndenge is a much better guy.
Yeah, I have recommendations
So,
by the way.
Yeah.
Recommendation nakuanga ni people don't audit their relationships. Unajonga ile we start out butterflies, whatever, goes on to the next stage where now it's mutual. I love you. We're taking care of each other. We get married. People become very complacent. Wanaona yenye itakuja ikuje. People don't do like an audit of udem ni nani. Like every new year we setting goals that are actually taking us to the same direction.
Because
sometimes
we're growing.
Unapatanga wacha nikwambie hata uko binadamu uko so baje, growth is inevitable. This year unapenda sijui bima, next week you don't even like it.
That's true.
6 months from now you like this type of shoes, after that you don't like it. But we don't do an audit to say, hey babe, nimekuwa nikiona unapenda pink squeezy, inatokea sana, is this something that you're interested
but
in?
It takes a lot of intention. You know, it's very hard work to please somebody else and make them happy all the time, or to try and consider them and compromise. It's a lot of work. You have to intentionally do it, and it's every day, and it's not 50-50. You're supposed to give 100.
So
you know?
I think going back to our main topic, I think for men, rarely will they ask about, you know, match up in terms of education. I think mostly it's for women, and for men, whatever they want to match up ni sahi niko na pesa, natafuta sasa ile inaka nzuri, ile nikiona pale inaka nzuri.
That's why majali wakimake it kuna type ya madem.
And by the way, if you want to know, utaona if ukichukua chali moja utafute ma ex wake kama wawili watatu nyuma, utaona wote kuna type fulani. Kuna type fulani, kuna vile wanakaa wote. Me I know of a friend na mnamjua bado. I won't mention the name.
Nitumie tu jina.
Na kutumia sasa hivi angalia WhatsApp.
Nijisomee.
The guy loves light
skin girls.
Yes, girls, petite ones. Na wote
wamekuwa petite
wote ni hiyo sampuli. Wote ni hiyo sampuli.
Lakini Mungu amekuwa akionekana umsi. Your type unapangiwa.
And also another guy, yes, anapenda wakubwa, akiona wakubwa. So you'll find there's like a pattern for, you know, for men. Rarely utapata mtu anachanganya ati mi huu ni ex. Ukiangalia ex wa
madem sasa
madem
ni anyhow
juu hawa alikuwa nendea.
That is so true. That is so true. I remember this one time I had this thing with this guy because he was so sweet. That was it, the end. He was just such a sweet, kind person, right? So I hear what Ndenga is saying, because then now ideally if you were to look back you'd see, hata huyo pia alikuwa mrefu na anakaa hivi. No, mwingine pia. No, for women it's not like that. I think it's other things that you make us feel. You know, sometimes you can date someone because they're just really, really good in the sack. You can date someone because they're financially taking care of you. You date someone else because I don't know, they're good to look at. They're good to look at. So unataka kwenda na out, unataka mabeshe zako akikuona wakucheki na huyo. So that's a very interesting concept. I had never really thought about it like that.
Ukitaka kujua mental pattern ya chali, angalia tu exes wake, utajua huyu psycho, peace, peace, psycho, peace. Like you definitely true. So it's different things for different people, but mi kwangu na appreciating kitu moja, like if you have people forget to take care of each other as a community, unaget in that hata mtu anakuja na kwambia na leo mamasi hata umpeleke afanye kitu fulani. People who have goodwill for your relationship, we don't have that anymore. It's because we are dating, we have friends within our peers. Squeezy, it's hard upate mse kama mimi ati niko na best yako like 6, 7, 8 years older, in that when they're looking at my relationship, they're like, I think we should groom these people and allow them to be like an authority. Ile unasema hata weekend kujeni kwangu nini vitu kama hizo, so that this person can watu nyomeka kwa relationships for long watakwambia bro, viatu niliona mama nazo.
Really, people would do that?
Kuna watu watakwambia umejieka vizuri sana.
No, but
there are very few people, probably they are close to you, and they feel like niaje mimi niliwa make blunder in my relationship, siwezi taka kukuona. Mimi I know a friend aliniambia wewe siwezi taka kuona mambo yako ikiteremka, tuko hapa ku make sure ina work.
Unaona, people were intentional about that. And that's why
I've always just thought older men tell you do not get married, whatever you do. Whatever you do. Okay.
There are people who've they dated wrong, or rather something happened with their relationship, but there are these guys who are wealthy and they started making money with their women. Unapata kama perfect example is like Barack and Michelle. Barack only earned more money than Michelle akiwa president. So what when you grow now, you've walked into spaces where you've grown together, and you mtu anaangalia strife yako anaona umse amejituma, but you're improving together, and that's what happens. What happens is when you align your goals kama line zenyu goals zenyu ziko kwa the same WhatsApp group kila mtu ni admin kwa WhatsApp group different, it's gonna go south either way.
But do they also tell you when now you start cheating and now you want to level up and now you've made money, so you think that you deserve, Bernice Burgos, there's this gorgeous Instagram baddie, she's a video vixen, and now you want to date her, or you want to date someone who looks like her, right? Do they also call you out and tell you manzende hapa ni nini, ama do they see the chick and then they're like, bro, I mean, I don't know if you were me.
There's that, and kuna wengine watakwambia we ujue mama yuko usicheze usiharibu, because as they say, most of the time men are
physical creatures
na ni si moja ijaitosha. One is never enough. So mtu unapata beshte anakuambia
dating is like conquest, unajua
kuna ile kumbuka kuna main so kumbuka kuna main, so whatever you do kumbuka kuna main, usichome, so utajipata kuna wenye wanakuambia hivyo.
But I know of really wealthy guys who ni watu mkikana watu unaangalia yenyewe anataka ku take care of the next generation and the next one. They really care for the family because wanajua what family has actually done for them. They're really wealthy, honest guys. Wamesaidia na yeye na wife yake ama yeye na msupa wake mpaka amefika level yenye there's a lot to lose. There's a lot to lose.
But they always know there's a lot to lose.
There's a lot to lose.
It's a risk, but you keep on wanting to take.
But I also know of one of my good friends. Mama yake ni chopi ile kabisa, like PhD, whatever, professor. The dad was like Form 4. Unaget? But the kind of wisdom this guy has. Ani ana managing hiyo hao kama nejani unaweza fikiria yeye ndio akona PhD, but it's because they've learned to respect each other. But this man has always taken care of this woman. Hata wewe na PhD yako huko, hakuna siku pesa yako ndio inakuja kutusimamia. This guy always does biashara, so it draws down to provision and protection. So what was take care of that, especially as guys? It's gonna go south, man.
Because what are you doing for me?
What anyway, have you done for me?
We still have more. We have more episodes. Make sure that you check them out. But for now, adios. Bye.